Hey there, health warriors. Welcome back to the channel of Earthluxe, your trusted space where science, nature, and everyday rituals meet real results. Today, we're unlocking something simple, natural, and surprisingly powerful. Because when it comes to hair care, it's easy to get lost in a cycle of products. Serums, masks, miracle shampoos, each promising more growth, less breakage, fuller volume. And yet, the shedding continues. The ends split. The shine fades. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. But what if the answer isn't in another bottle? What if the real shift begins with a sprig of rosemary and a bit of consistency? In this video, we're breaking down what can happen when you apply rosemary water to your scalp every day for 30 days, and why this simple herbal ritual has taken over natural hair care conversations around the world. Stick around, because what you learn today might just change the way you care for your hair, your scalp, and your overall sense of self-confidence. Day 1, a simple start. It begins with just 2 ingredients, rosemary and water, but what they unlock together is far from ordinary. Start with a handful of rosemary. Fresh or dried, both work. Add it to about 2 cups of water and bring it to a gentle boil. Then reduce the heat and let it simmer for 15 to 20 minutes. Long enough for the water to darken and release the herb's essential oils. Let it cool completely. Then strain out the leaves and pour the infusion into a spray bottle. Store it in the fridge to keep it fresh for the week. Now for the ritual. Spritz it directly onto your scalp, parting your hair as you go. Take a few minutes to massage it in. This step matters. It boosts circulation and helps the rosemary do what it's designed to do. No need to rinse. Let it dry naturally or style as usual. At first, it may feel too easy, too basic, but nature rarely shouts. It starts with whispers, gentle, steady changes that build over time. Week 1, the quiet beginning. The first few days unfold gently, almost too quietly to notice at first. There's a subtle tingle as the rosemary water settles into your scalp. A fresh, earthy scent that lingers. Calming, clean, alive. The sensation isn't dramatic, but it's distinct. Your scalp starts to feel awake, as if something dormant is being stirred. Beneath the surface, rosemary's natural compounds, like ursolic acid and rosmarinic acid, are getting to work. Blood flow is improving, delivering more oxygen and nutrients to the follicles. Inflammation is beginning to ease, especially in areas where tension or buildup may have been blocking healthy growth. You might notice a little extra shine. Maybe your hair feels softer to the touch. But the real shift? It's happening deep at the root, where growth begins. And the message your scalp is receiving is clear. It's time to grow. Week 2, the clues appear. This is when the quiet work starts to show. The hairbrush doesn't look quite so full. The shower drain isn't gathering a handful of strands. And on closer inspection, yes, right at the hairline, tiny baby hairs begin to peek through, soft where new, alive. The scalp feels lighter, less irritated. Any lingering itchiness starts to fade, and there's a noticeable calmness across the roots. When the brush glides through, there's less tug, less resistance, just movement. These early signs aren't dramatic, but they're real. And if you're paying attention, you know something is shifting. It's in this phase that curiosity becomes commitment. Because now, it's not about hoping it might work. It's about seeing that it is. Week 3, the momentum builds. By now, it's no longer just something you see, it's something you feel. The strands look fuller, yes, but the real transformation? It's in your energy. There's less hesitation when you pass the mirror. More ease in the morning routine. The go-to bun? It's replaced by a part, a blowout, maybe even a little volume. Because now, your hair feels like something worth showing off. Styling takes less effort. There's a softness, a weight, a texture that wasn't there before. The frizz is calmer. The roots feel stronger. The strands fall the way they used to. Or maybe, better. Confidence doesn't shout. It shows up in small choices. And this week, it's choosing to let your hair be seen. Week 4. The reflection tells the truth. 30 days in, the mirror no longer feels like a test. It feels like a moment of clarity. This isn't just about inches gained or strands counted. It's about what your hair tells you without words. There's more fullness around the crown, more strength at the roots, and a subtle shine that doesn't come from product. It comes from health, not just appearance, but vitality. The brush glides, the part looks thicker, and the hairline, once delicate, now frames the face with quiet strength. But more than anything, there's a shift you can't quite measure. That deep, satisfying sense that something is finally working, and it's happening naturally. No harsh chemicals, no overnight gimmicks. Just a plant, a ritual, and a body that remembered how to respond. The science behind the spray. Beneath Rosemary's fresh scent lies something far more powerful. Plant chemistry that speaks directly to your scalp. Inside each sprig are compounds like ursolic acid and rosmarinic acid, naturally occurring agents that do more than just smell good. They work where it matters most, boosting blood flow, delivering oxygen and nutrients to the follicles, reducing inflammation, calming the scalp and creating a healthier environment for growth, supporting hair regrowth, without relying on synthetic ingredients. In fact, some studies have compared rosemary oil to minoxidil, the active ingredient in many drugstore hair regrowth treatments, and found comparable results. But unlike pharmaceuticals, rosemary doesn't come with the same risk of flaking, itching, or irritation. It's not hype. It's biological harmony. A plant that knows how to activate what your body already wants to do. Grow, restore, and strengthen. Who it's for and what to expect. Let's set it straight. This isn't a miracle in a bottle. If hair loss stems from deeper issues like hormones, medical conditions, or extreme stress, rosemary water won't be a standalone fix. But for those dealing with thinning, lackluster strands, or a scalp that feels out of balance, this simple herbal rinse offers a gentle, proven way to support your hair's natural rhythm. It's easy to make, affordable to maintain, and backed by generations of tradition, now validated by science. The key? Consistency. Not expecting overnight change, but giving your scalp a reason to respond. Day by day, drop by drop. And when you do, the results don't need to shout. They show up in the quiet wins. Less fallout, softer strands, stronger roots. Just a trend or a transformation? That answer depends on what you're looking for. A quick fix or a quiet shift that builds over time. Rosemary water has been used for centuries, yes. But it's not just tradition that gives it weight. Today, clinical research is catching up. Studies have shown that rosemary oil can perform on par with minoxidil, a leading pharmaceutical treatment for hair regrowth, without the side effects like itching or flaking. Its key compounds, ursolic acid, rosmarinic acid, and powerful antioxidants, have been shown to stimulate microcirculation in the scalp, reduce follicular inflammation, extend the anagen phase, the active growth stage of the hair cycle. In other words, rosemary doesn't just coat the strands. It supports the environment where healthy hair begins. So is it just a passing trend? Or is it the gentle, effective, and evidence-backed ritual your hair has been quietly waiting for? Beautiful, healthy hair doesn't have to come from a bottle. Sometimes, all it takes is a leaf, a little water, and a shift in routine. Rosemary water isn't just hype, it's a reset. Simple, powerful, and backed by both tradition and science. So, are you ready to try it for yourself? Smash that like button if you're saying yes to natural results. Drop your favorite plant-powered remedy in the comments. We want to hear it. And don't forget to subscribe for more real effective wellness from Earthluxe. Your hair journey doesn't need a miracle. It just needs a ritual. Let this be the one that changes everything.